Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to Red 5 Reviews. Hope you all are doing well. I'm really excited because I have another book haul for you guys today, but this particular book haul is a continuation of a book haul that I did a little over a year ago. It is part two of the Galaxy of Fear series. These books were written by John Whitman, and essentially it is books for young readers. It's like a mix between Goosebumps and Star Wars. And these were written by John Whitman. Now, I did my first book haul. At that time, I had only books 1 through 8. So I just did a book haul for the first 6, and I said that if I ever collected the full series, I would come back and do part 2 and finish off, showing off the whole series. And so I'm excited because today is now that day where we finish this book haul. So collecting all of these was a very interesting and kind of pricey process, but you know, I count myself lucky because the price that I paid for the last few books, that some people were charging that for just one of these books, because some of these, especially like the last few books, they got really hard to find and really pricey. So really excited to finally get all these books, and I got them for a pretty decent price. So just like the first book haul, I'm going to just introduce the book and read the summary on the back. So for book 7, and this is the limited collector's edition, we have The Brain Spiders, where we have a little holographic image here of Jabba the Hutt. So here's the summary on the back. Uncle Hool's idea of a vacation is visiting the palace of Jabba the Hutt. Of course, it's a working vacation. Hool wants to study the Bomar monks who live in tunnels beneath the palace. I apologize if I butcher any of these names, but if Jabba isn't enough to give Zack and Tash nightmares, the monks should do it. The most enlightened monks don't have bodies. They're just brains in jars. Brains in jars that walk around on robotic legs. Worst of all, one of the monks is mad. Not just angry mad, but out of his mind mad. And if Tash isn't careful, she might lose her head. See? Here's book 7. Now moving on to book 8, we have The Swarm. We'll go zoom in a little bit so you guys can get a better look at it. All right, The Swarm. The Circadian garden on Skur is full of beautiful plants and flowers, and some other not so pretty things. There are also shreves, bat-like creatures that swoop down and feast on beetles. Big beetles with biting mouths. When Zack accidentally kills one of the shreves, he doesn't think it's such a big deal. He was just defending himself after all. But then Zack wakes up in the middle of the night, covered in beetles, and an Imperial officer turns up dead, smothered by bugs. Zack knows that this is not Prime. There are beetles everywhere. Did he upset the garden ecological balance when he killed the shreve? And is there any way to stop the swarm? So, book 8, The Swarm. All right, moving on to book 9, which is unfortunately the book that's like in the poorest quality out of this whole book haul. But we have Spore, and it is, again, just like book 7 and some of the others in the series, had a limited collector's edition with a little holographic image. It's a little, like I said, it's the quality is not so great and you can barely kind of see the image. So I'm just going to go ahead and move on to the summary here on the back. Tash, Zack, and Uncle Hool need a special mineral for the Shroud's engines. The only place to get it is a mining colony in the middle of an asteroid belt infested with space slugs. The journey to the mining colony is filled with danger, but nothing prepares Hool, Tash, and Zack for what they find when they reach their destination. An ancient life form has been released from its tomb. It has lurked there, waiting for many years. It cannot be seen. It is made from pure evil, and its name is Spore. All right, moving on to book 10, which is one of the most expensive books in this haul. we have the Doomsday Ship. So the Doomsday Ship. Bug swarms, space slugs, brains on legs, mad Imperial scientists. Zack has had enough. He's glad to be on board the luxury space yacht, Star of Empire, where at last there's peace and quiet. Until abandoned ship, critical meltdown. As a blaring siren sounds, panic-stricken passengers rush to get off the ship. Everyone evacuates. Everyone except Zack and Tash. But to their relief, nothing happens. There's no meltdown, no explosion. Everything is fine. Except that the ship exits are sealed and all communications have been shut down. Zack and Tash are trapped, and they're not alone. All right, moving on to book 11, we have Clones, and we have this one features Darth Vader on the cover. Okay, here we go. In the ruins of an abandoned Jedi fortress on the remote planet Dantooine, Tash Aranda stands, all alone. At least she thinks she's alone. She senses something in the ruins, something dark. The darkness is stronger than Tash, and against her will, she reaches out to it. It makes her feel powerful, and it frightens her. Tash doesn't know that this is only the beginning of a terrifying journey into an evil world, where she'll be forced to fight her own brother and uncle to the death. Jeez. All right. And finally, book 12 in the series, we have The Hunger, where we see Boba Fett, and we see Yoda, with Zack and Tash there also. All right, The Hunger. A survey team crash lands on an unknown planet. The planet is dark, and its fetid swamps are filled with flesh-eating flowers, swamp slugs, and dragon snakes. No one hears the survey team's distress signals. They are stranded. 30 years later, Zack and Tash Aranda and their Uncle Hool land on the planet. Descendants of the survey team, half-starved and crazed with strange fevers, are still alive. They call themselves the Children, and how they've survived is a mystery. Does the strange creature named Yoda have the answer? Yep, book 12. And yeah, that's it, guys. That's going to do it for this book haul. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this book haul. And I'm, again, really excited to finally have the full series. And I got some other book hauls coming your way very soon. And but that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you all so much. Be sure to stay tuned for my review for the third book in the Darth Bane trilogy, Dynasty of Evil, coming out pretty soon. But until then, this is Red 5, standing by.